Hey, it's Lou regardless. So, today, well, as you see, we just came from the gym. But while we were at the gym, well, let me put this in a better perspective. We were watching on the news that Trump was indicted. Now, I did have a few notes here. Let's see, how many indictments did he have? I know he had 4 counts, but it was way more than that as far as what he actually had going on. So, yeah, Trump faces 78 felony charges across 3 criminal cases so far. His ass going to jail. Yes. Okay. But while we were at the gym and we were thinking about, and we were talking about this, it just came out to just be a perfect conversation. And it was like, let's go record this conversation. Let's continue what we're talking about and bring it out to you guys and see what you guys think. You know, I would like you guys' opinion on it. I'm not sure who all is looking at me, following me, and you know, the video gonna be there. So whenever you get to it, you get to it. But tell me your thoughts, your ideas as to what you guys think about Trump and this indictment. But as we go along, I want to first introduce you guys to my homegirl, Dani.
Hey, everyone.
Me and Dani have been friends since, sheesh.
99.
99? Wow. Yeah. So, I'm like, damn.
Wish we had a picture. She's going
I'm going to throw a couple pictures in here of us from back in the day. Ooh, wee. Hot tamales. Anyway, this is my homegirl, Dani. We was at the gym working it out, and we just had to come back and have this conversation. So let's jump right into it, Dani. First of all, I just want to, besides my notes, y'all, first of all, the first funny part about, the thing that really got us going on this conversation was because Dani, and do you want me to call you Dani or Danielle? You don't care? Okay, because I always call you Dani. So I just want to make sure. So Dani would, well, tell them a little bit about what happened with you, Dani.
Well, I got a target letter too. So.
No, don't start there. Okay, cut. Start with, the thing about it is, my friend here had similar charges to Trump. Tell us about it, girl.
So I had one similar charge. When I saw it on the news, it said conspiracy to defraud the government. And I was like, yes. No, not like that. But, okay, so I, too, got a target letter. And,
that was the other funny part, too. So besides the conspiracy to defraud the government, like Trump, she also, when they start talking about this target letter, was like, oh, I remember being so scared when I received this target letter and all the stuff that they had in it. To me, I thought it was interesting that they don't name the conspirators, but they give you hints towards the conspirators.
Right. I know who was on my paperwork because everything on mine was code. So they had followed me. They were in the gym. So when I went to trial, or I didn't go to trial. I took the plea. So, the government closes at what? What did we just looked up?
Oh my gosh, this is a trip.
97, I think, %.
So we looked this up just because we thought this would be an interesting point. So it says, how many defendants does the federal government successfully convict? Data published by the Pew Research Center in 2019 highlighted how federal prosecutors have a 99.6% conviction rate. You know that means you are the father. You are the criminal. You are going your ass to jail.
Right. And so, like with my stuff was from 2011. My last crime that I committed, and it was straight up, aside from a different side hustle I had going on, but
we ain't talking about that.
Let's do it for another day. 2011. So I got charged from 2008 to 2011, and so let me tell you, the technology that they had back then, that's 12 years ago. 12 years ago, had me. It might have not been 100%, but it was at 99.6%. So, I mean, me personally, I knew I was hit, and so they were talking about Trump tonight, and they said that it wasn't when or if it wasn't if, but it was when. So I knew for myself personally the stress that was associated. Backing up, I knew I was going to go when someone I was close to had her door kicked in.
And so before we go there, since we're talking about it, go ahead and tell us what were your charges? What was the reason why you were how were you defrauding the government?
I was a tax chick. I was a tax girl. So I assure you, across the nation and every...
If you need them taxes done,
not
you
me.
need that bread.
So I got into street life when I was 13 years old. So most of my people that I had associated over the course of I'm 48 now, so I mean, I associated with hustlers. I dealt with pimps, players, hustlers, hoes, strippers, whatever you do. That's just what it was. And so if I'll give you an example. If you Google me right now, it's going to say, throw that in. If you Google me, you are going to see Oregon woman indicted on $1.2 million tax fraud scheme. They made me seem like the Wolf of Wall Street. Real talk, because that's what the media does. They paint this picture, right? So on paper, I am a horrible criminal. I'm a lot of things, but it doesn't say about the good things that people do. Nevertheless, so I was a tax girl, and I took it for the team, took it for the league actually. Kept my mouth shut. We were talking about the fact I thought I was going to get 24 months because that's what the conspiracy carries. I thought I was going to get that, and they ended up giving me 72 months. So I believe Trump is definitely going to jail if he rides this out and tries to. He's a classic narcissist. This is what happens when a rich white man doesn't get it their way. This is a temper tantrum that we're watching unfold in front of us.
Absolutely. A whole privileged ass, grown ass, old ass white Republican man having a temper tantrum because he's not getting his way. Just like when they all flooded the White House and destroyed everything, and he's the one who sent them.
That didn't even happen in the Civil War, by the way, for anyone that's interested.
It's never happened before. One more quick little thing to tell you guys. So about that conviction rate. So U.S. attorneys filed 79,704 cases in 2018. Of those cases, only 320 resulted in acquittals. 79,000? Only 300 didn't? He going to jail. Just like her ass went to jail.
But I went to real jail. Because I have a criminal record, and I am white, by the way, but I have associated with all of,
black folks all her life.
My whole life.
I just told y'all I've been knowing this girl 24 years.
So, but it's not even like if I would have been what the standardized white woman looks like, and didn't have black children, black friends, black people to support me with letters, because when you go through that whole process, people sent in letters to the judge, and the judge is going to look at all of that, take it into consideration. But this man seems to think that he's not guilty, and he's a classic narcissist. And I really think this is either going to go two ways for Trump. Trump is either going to kill himself, because what's going to happen is he would go to a camp. I went to federal prison, and we had a satellite camp next to us. That's where that late Laura something, she's an actress, and she paid off, white privilege again, paid off the schools.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so she went to a camp, and that's where he would go. But see, this is unprecedented, so this has never happened in the past. So, but I can assure you, inside a federal facility, that the CIA, or who protects the president for life? CIA, or not CIA?
It is CIA, isn't it?
I don't know. Whoever is because him and his family are protected for life, and they cannot get they're not going to be allowed into a prison. So what prison?
Oh, that's a whole nother thought and topic. So if they're supposed to protect him for life, what does happen when he goes to jail?
He's going to kill himself.
He's going to get ran.
No, it's going to be all rich white men.
Okay. Yeah, no, I've been on right.
Well, you were doing the right thing. I was just white using my privilege.
Absolutely, because I've dealt with white privilege. She can get away with a lot of things because of white privilege, and has, but doesn't use it that way. But you know when you can use certain things and finagle your way around, and I know you have, right?
I'm a woman.
Absolutely. So, besides the white privilege, that sex appeal gets you going.
So will domination. Another day, another day.
That's another conversation. We're gonna stop on that one. But so, what are your thoughts when you hear about? So let me see. Let's read off exactly what he. Oh, I was gonna look up who protects the president.
Secret Service.
Secret Service. So with him going to jail, how do you think they can protect him? I understand that he'll go into a camp and it'll be by anyone else's standards, it'll be a cakewalk.
It is.
As far as jail.
It is. It's
right. It's like a resort for these rich white men. But of course, they ain't getting everything that they used to. He ain't getting his dick sucked on the regular. He ain't gonna be. They can do that.
Guards and shit. That's
guards and shit. Yeah.
Where I was at, well, the other day, but the ward, everything from the warden to the chaplain to 6 officers have been arrested. I was in Dublin, so you look that up too. So it's really a thing, and I know for a fact that these women, you got men that are they're not even fresh out, they're fresh in.
I was about to say, yeah, because I watch a lot of stories about men in jail. You know, when they come out, they tell their stories, and damn near all of them done had affairs with the guards.
Yeah.
These guards is hoes. Your stepson. Oh my gosh.
Different day.
I mean, hey, that's part of our conversation. We're just talking about jail talk and what's to be expected for Trump. I mean, what do we think? In my mind, I'm just imagining. See, I imagine the worst. I'm imagining his ass going to jail and getting gang raped by some big whoever's. No. I don't care, white, black, whatever. But he ain't gonna be in that type of prison.
He's gonna get extorted. They're gonna make him pay for protect. He's gonna if he makes it. I think he's a classic narcissist, and I think that he's probably gonna go through a few attorneys because everyone's gonna quit on him because they're gonna be telling him to take the plea, and he's not going to because he's a spoiled. Trump has never had anyone tell him no. He's got too much money. He's got too much privilege. He came from money. He came from dominance. Do you know?
And well, that's just like they were saying. How he got all those people to go charge the White House. He knows good and well what he was doing at those election polls.
Some examples of the times that the former president was told that the things that he was saying publicly were flat out false. And the reason that they're doing that is because they need to show that he was acting with some sort of corrupt mindset. And they don't have to show that he was told directly that you're breaking the law. But the fact that they have on several different occasions here, people telling him there was no evidence of widespread fraud, people telling him that the vice president didn't single-handedly have the power to overturn the will of the people, does bolster their case. Notice a draw on your bank account, and you think that wasn't right. The right way to challenge that is to actually go through a process. The right way to challenge that is not to rob the bank. And that's essentially what they've indicted him for here.
Addresses that Trump had knowledge or at least reason to know that his claims were false.
He knows how he was blocking out people from being able to vote. And he still considered that he was what they call him, oh, shoot, I wrote that down too. Basically, he kept on still thinking like everybody else was wrong. Everybody was taking.
This is a witch hunt.
This is a witch hunt
since the beginning.
That everybody was against him. That he should have won. That it was all fixed. While meanwhile, he was the one fixing everything. And so for him to say that it was fixed, he may as well use his mental capacity as a way to get out.
That's what
End up
false. And there were courts that were saying, that were dismissing my claims. Yes, the liberal media, for example, was saying that I was wrong, but I believed it, and I had enough people around me telling me that it was reasonable for me to think so. That's the core of his defense. I mean, the only other real defense is getting elected and appointing an attorney general to get rid of these charges. But the key here is, how do you address Trump's knowledge? It's always been the key, and now we see in this indictment they're addressing it. But
in the mental hospital because he's obviously delusional. He obviously is not thinking in the right frame of mind. And in my mind, that's the only way that any lawyer will be able to keep him from out of prison. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
But I'm definitely with that. He's going to have to, like I said, he's going to go through his legal team. He's already had, we'll look it up, but he's already had multiple attorneys already quit on him because they're going to be trying to, like my attorney, so they wanted me to tell, but I'm not kind of like that. And I did my stuff, and they said 4 years. I said something else. I mean, hey. So, but
scoot over a little bit more this way so you make sure you're still in frame.
Okay, so I think that stress can make a person go crazy, really, and an indictment of this magnitude, despite how narcissistic he may be, he's probably in shock. I wasn't in shock. I knew it was coming. I knew.
How did you know it was coming? Before the letter, how did you already know it was coming?
They kicked down a door of someone I was very close to, and I knew. I keep people in my life back then, especially for positions. They played positions in my life. I thought I knew what to expect from them, and with this particular individual, I knew she was weak, and I just knew.
You knew she was
just
gonna
know
run
what
her
you
mouth.
know.
You know which bitch is gonna tell and which one.
And I didn't know that she was. I did not know she was gonna tell without leaving her living room.
What?
Oh yeah, she never made it down to the Justice Center. Nothing.
Not they knocked it in, and she just snitched it all out.
Her daughter was there, and then her daughter tried to get involved with grown people's business, and then this individual had seen my daughter. And so had called her, oh, do you know who I am? And Lex was like, yeah. And so she, at that time, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
She's 20-something. And and why are you talking to my child?
Absolutely.
I'm in prison. Same as she was stalking my Facebook while I was in prison because I was leaving, I try to see the light in all negative situations. So I was trying to be motivational, and she was still stalking.
Wow. Knowing she snitched, she still was harassing you while you were in jail.
Yeah, because I lied on her. But see, here's the thing. I had on my stuff, this is just an indictment that we're seeing. They have what is it called? All the evidence against you. I forgot what it's called. Mine was 2,000 pages of just stuff. And they detailed every single thing. They've been following him, and they've been digging, and they have had so many people roll on him. If he took it to trial, he would have probably 100 witnesses against him that they don't have to disclose nothing. And it's going to be interesting to see how many pages that his discovery,
discovery, that's right.
Right? So they're going to look at his discovery, and it's going to be, I can't wait to see how many pages.
I can't either. I can't wait to see who all does it. Because they were talking about his vice president. They were talking about his lawyer. They were talking, or not his lawyer, because the lawyer can't tell, but everybody who he worked with. The lawyer did, right?
His name was Michael Cohen. He was the first person that rolled Trump. That's
what I thought. Okay.
He went to Club Fed too. So he went out and then he got in trouble. It's just been, this stuff has been going, this Trump saga has been going on. He got off all of his friends. He got all of his friends off. Like Roger Stone. Roger Stone was a shady. He's got a tattoo of Nixon on him. This is these white men with money. This is what they do. And they had a madam that was involved. There's sex trafficking. I follow politics.
See, and I don't, but I cannot help but have this conversation because I'm not a very big politicky person, but this motherfucker, of course, keeps you just going because he's just such an asshole. And so I really I can't believe it took him so long to get him there, But then I'm glad it did, because that means I know you guys did your homework, and you guys y'all gonna get him in jail. He's not gonna be able to get off on this. He might get off on some of it, but he's not gonna get off on all of it. There's no way.
Well, he's super optimistic too, because there was the Mueller investigation, and if you read through Mueller did not have the authority to indict him or to call on that indictment. So they had that first investigation that he first started using the word witch hunt, because he's been saying it since the beginning of time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
the Mueller investigation, that they could have had him, but they didn't. It wasn't solid enough. The government didn't have enough evidence. They got eager and they got hungry and they wanted to indict him. They already lost one time. The government is already on the line, because the government's shady too. So make no mistake about it.
Of course.
There is all.
That's why his ass wanted to be there.
He didn't make it though. He didn't know how to play his role.
Yeah, he got too cocky. That's all. He was there. He just got too cocky.
Functioning. Isn't that literally
What happens if
the
you put a
Republican
spoiled
Party
child
platform
into a room and
to
they
reduce
have
the
no
ability of
prior
the federal
experience,
government?
right? You know,
Yeah,
they're
true.
gonna fuck some shit up, right?
And he did. Okay, y'all, this is just our thoughts. Y'all entertain me and tell me your thoughts on this. I am just dumbfounded on how pathetic this man. And then he got the nerve to have a huge speech afterwards explaining how people are fucking him over. You guys, it's a never ending. It's gonna be a saga. But I just had to come with this. Dani, thank you for talking. Thank you for coming online. You guys will see Dani again. We got some new things coming out soon. You guys go. Ooh, we got some good shit coming. But yeah, this is just a quick little jump in conversation, just to get everybody going, see how you guys are feeling, and what your thoughts are on this same topic, because I'm sure we all looking to see what's gonna happen to this man. So those are our thoughts. Thank you.